No, I can't. I usually, okay, is that yours or mine?
Not mine.
Or Luis. It's Luis, I bet.
Let's just squeeze it down, because what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take the liner off, which is going to expose the adhesive, and I'm going to take it off, open the door, flip it around, and then install it. So here we go. And this is kind of hard to do too, but you can just use your teeth. That takes practice too, but anyway, so you take the liner off, and while you're taking it off, make sure you spray plenty of baby shampoo and water solution. And what I like to do is just leave about a couple inches hanging off the edge, just so it doesn't rub against the inside of the thing. Well, you know what, I'm just going to take the whole thing off. Since the car's pretty clean and I wiped it down inside, take this, be careful with this, you can slip on it. Super slippery. So, I'm going to open the drawer real good. Then with the inside, start at the top and just moisten it real good. And make sure your fingers are clean. Get the tint, flip it around, and apply it. So what I do is I try to make it as flush as possible with the top. You can leave about 1/8 of an inch or so, and make sure you line it up real good at the top. And the less of a gap is better. It looks more professional, but just make sure there's no light coming through on either end. This one, like I said, Nissans, Hondas, Toyotas, they're my favorite. So use the squeegee first. Start at the top and just lightly go to each side. Lightly. Because even with this squeegee, it moves the tint a little bit. So I just like to lightly rub it on there. Then I can still play with it. So work it from top to bottom. And then leave some of the water in there at the bottom. You don't want to take all the water out. And just double check the top and the bottom. And I always like to come around this way and look to see how it looks on all sides. So it looks pretty good. The top has a nice little corner in here, so I'm just going to lower this a little bit. There we go. And then lift up the bottom. So it's right now it's sitting on the edge here of the interior, but that's okay. It's still good. And the car turned off on me again. Alright. So what I'll do is I'll spray it again on the outside, and then I'll still use my little one, but I'm going to apply more pressure this time. Make sure it's adjusted good, and then hold it in place with my other hand. And apply some good pressure on it. Hold it with one thumb, and then just apply pressure. And make sure you can still adjust it a little bit. So just make sure you don't have any gaps, because that makes it look bad. So here we go. Alright, so that one looks good. Now I'm going to hit it with the Blue Max. Alright, so once you notice you're hitting it with the Blue Max, you'll feel it not want to move that much anymore. Now always be careful with these sections right here, because they're tight. So, alright, so I got it down on both sides. Okay. Here it goes. I'm start putting more pressure on it. Yeah, the more baby powder or baby shampoo that you use, the easier it's gonna move. So you gotta think about that too, depending on how hot or cold it is. I should have probably only put 20 because it's so cold. Well, for Arizona, 40 degrees is cold to us because we're used to it being super hot out here. So anyways, I should have put about 40 or 50 degrees right now. I should have put a little bit less of the baby shampoo. So spray it one last time just to let the Blue Max glide, and then I'll put maximum pressure on it. So that way, and then always keep your thumb on it so it doesn't move too much, because you don't want to mess up. And once you just squeeze the heck out of it, then it's time to roll up the window. Okay, just make sure everything's good. Now I'm going to roll it up and I'm going to push it with my thumb while I guide it up so it doesn't put pressure on the tint. Alright, so that's done. So here's the tricky part. And I'm going to move the camera and put it on this side. Hopefully you can see it. Let's see here. I know this makes for bad videos, but let me put it right here. Alright, hopefully you'll be able to see it. So, this is the tricky part. So I gotta put it underneath the tint there. So what I do is I'll get this one ready and then fill it underneath and then spray it. Spray it real good. Try not to put too much pressure. Try not to crease it either. This tint does crease pretty easy. Alright, so here's the tricky part. And always make sure you got new blades or new squeegees. What I do is after each use, this one's kind of soft. After each use, I get super fine steel wool. I think it's 000, and I clean them real good, the edges, everything. Because if there's any flaws, it's gonna scrape your window tint. So I put this underneath, grab the gasket, and start from the corner. Push it down, push it down, push it down. And once you get under the gasket over there, they'll just follow afterwards, especially with the water in there. So you want to make sure you use a good amount of water, especially over here too. Make sure it's all down. Don't put too much pressure with this one because they're not made to push down the tint, because they will. You put enough pressure on it with this one, it will scratch the tint. So this one's always good. I like this tool. Alright, so I clean it just in case there's any dirt. And here I go with my yellow squeegee again. As you can see, sprayed the outside real quick, and then just start going down. Nice down, and keep it straight because you don't want to make the tint go awkward. Up and down, especially at this last process. Up and down, and then you could go downward into this little corner here. And it looks easy. It's I've been doing this not as a professional, like I said. I've been doing this for about, I don't know, 10, 12 years. My father-in-law showed me. He used to own a body shop, and he was showing me. There's plenty of times when I wanted to give up. It's not that easy. I mean, if you're super handy and it's almost like artwork. I could draw pretty good and stuff like that. It's you gotta be somewhat of a perfectionist and just super picky with the attention to detail, but that's basically it. And I'll go one last time, and I'll hit it with my Blue Max, and now that the window's tucked in, I'll just put good pressure that way and then down. And go from the top and then down. And then these gaskets at the bottom, they're pretty loose, so that's good for tinters, because sometimes they're super tight at the bottom and it's hard to get the tint tucked underneath without getting it super dirty. So and then on the bottom part, what I do, so I use this gasket pull, and then I'll use it this way, and I'll push down beneath the gasket, so any water at the bottom goes down and it doesn't try to come back up through the tint, because that happens sometimes too. Alright, so that's basically it in a nutshell. Like I said, it seems easy. I've been doing it for a while. It's hard as hell sometimes, but anyways, you'll see it looks pretty smooth, nice and clean. Let me clean the outside here, and then I always clean the outside at the end, because you'll be able to see any flaws, you know. So just clean it, check it out, and see, this one, there's no bubbles, because like I said, it's a clean car. I don't have the fan on, everything's looking good. So that's how to do a basic window. The same process that I showed you, the way to cut it, roll it down, and then do the final cut at the top. It's the best way to do it. Hopefully, whoever's thinking about learning how to tint, this should help you with the basics, but there's other guys on YouTube as well that are professionals that could give you some more information, but that's the gist of it. And I'm gonna do the back window. I'm not gonna show any more videos on these side ones. Maybe I'll do one on this one. It's the same, it's pretty easy. But this one, the back windows are the hardest. You gotta heat shrink them. So I'll do a video like that whenever one of my kids gets home. They could hold the video or hold the phone up while I'm videotaping. Hope you enjoy the video. Hope it helps you. Just wanted to share my knowledge out there. Any comments? I might be able to answer your questions, but you know, I'm a full-time dad, full-time worker, 40 hours a week, so I'll answer whatever I can. Thanks.